Roman does consumer tips.
Spring and summertime are great for outdoors and not so great if you have pollen and dust allergy, even when staying inside. Or if you share your home with furry friends, then you may have thought, what if there was a way to prevent all the dust and pet hair settle all over your house? Well, manufacturers of home air purifiers try to convince you that their product is the solution you need. After all, logically, it all lines up pretty good. You have a fan, HEPA filter, and air moving through them. Are they that effective though? By the end of this video, I will try to answer this question and share a few tips to help you choose an air purifier.
Quick ad time before we jump into reviews. Whatever unit you decide to buy, make sure to use the cashback services. These are free and provide you with a nearly instant rebate from most of the retailers. This is how I saved $2,000 in the past 2 years, and counting by using Rakuten. Available in US and Canada, and in many other places. If you never use the service, I have the referral link in the description. Please use it as it will give you a nice sign-up bonus. Practically free money. Make sure to check out that link.
For this test, I selected 3 large volume air purifiers, and my price target range was up to $650. That is 800 Canadian dollars approximately. This is how much I am mentally willing to spend on an air purifier. I also compared them to the performance of my 5-year-old Coway AP 1512HH. Second criteria was the Amazon choice status. This shows that an item is very popular on Amazon and has been sold countless times while scoring high ratings. Third criteria was ease of finding filters. There are loads of companies that come up with air purifiers every year. Then they discontinue it or run into supply issues, and here you are, stuck with a unit without an option to purchase either original or third-party replacement filters. By going with a major brand specializing in this kind of tech, you are making sure that filter supply will last for at least a few years ahead, and if it's a popular item, then there will plenty of third-party knockoff filters to choose from, even if manufacturer stops making them. This is where the Amazon choice is a great indicator of item popularity. For the sake of being fair, I had each purifier run for exactly a month, one after another in the same room settings. I have an open space floor. The whole area is about 400 square feet. One side is the living area, and another side is an open space kitchen. Hence, we should have a fair mix of dust and kitchen cooking smells, and maybe even smoke, depends on who's cooking. Plus, I have a pair of furry devils working hard on spreading their hair evenly across the entire home. This experiment took me 3 months to complete. First I want to talk about is Shark Air Purifier 6XL. $449 USD or $299 USD if you catch it on sale. Canadian folks can buy this unit for $399 Canadian dollars at Canadian Tire during sale. Otherwise, it's 700 Canadian dollars.
The Shark Air Purifier sees and cleans what's in your air. CleanSense IQ monitors, reports, and auto-adjusts to improve air quality, while a nano-sealed true HEPA filter captures allergens, smoke, and airborne droplets. Shark, clean air confidence on display.
This is the largest unit offered by Shark, and it's advertised to be effective for areas of up to 1,200 square feet. Somewhat good-looking in distance, and has 2 air quality monitors. These 2 monitors are supposed to track your air quality in real time and show you the condition of the air and count of pollutants. This unit is supposed to be an overkill for my scenario. Well, it only supposed to. In reality, it went sideways, literally as well. First of all, I replaced this unit once within 2 weeks of use for the reason frequently mentioned in the reviews. The dust sensor was not working. Without that sensor, it is just an overpriced fan. I could just get Dyson in this case. It was very easy to test the sensor. I just had to take one of my couch covers, a cat, couple of socks, and shake them in front and above the unit. My old Coway air purifier, that I keep in my bedroom, reacts to any particles in the air instantaneously. But Shark was too shy to react to anything, even smoke. The second unit did react, however, without too much enthusiasm, with massive delay, and only when you shake the dust right into the sensor grill. Speaking of the sensor, I want to talk about its placement. It's located at the back of the unit, along with the air intake. That is an engineering fail of its own. See, all air moves, and just like the water, it moves in masses that form waves. For effective air circulation, you will need the air to create a constant flow where it sucks the air on one side and spits it out somewhere on the opposite side, without disturbing the intake by creating circulation. Well, with Shark Air Purifier 6 series and its smaller brother 4 series, this principle is not followed. By the way, 6 and 4 stand for a number of fans the unit has built in. As a result, the best placement for this unit is right in the center of the room, while the advertised placement where it's standing by a wall likely will not work for you. Here's why. The unit sucks the air from the back, so if you have it against the wall, it will never sense any pollutants as it only pulls the air that is right next to the wall. Then the next failure is its exhaust. It blows the air sideways and completely blocks any incoming pollutants. The only way for it to sense any pollution now is only when it falls right on top of it or when it fills the room, like a cooking smoke once during my testing. As a result, after 1 month of filtering the air, dust is still in place and the filters are clean. Hey, at least I don't need to replace them. Just kidding, but I sincerely wonder how did it get such high average ratings of 4.5 stars on Amazon. After all, it's a massive eyesore that won't easily fit just any interior, and it turned out to be impractical. Almost forgot, for this price point, it comes with a cheap-looking remote. No idea why would one need it, since the purifier is supposed to be autonomous and fully automatic. You still, however, have an option to set it to max speed manually and pollute your space with fan noise on top of the dust that it ignores. Speaking of the sound, it produces up to 62.3 decibels of noise on the max setting. When you set it to max speed, you are risking seeing your unit take off on top of being super noisy, even while set to the mid-speed ranges. This is the loudest air purifier on this list. The only positive point I can mention, on top of its ability to blow the air pretty well, on manually set max setting, is the fact that replacement filters will be very easy to find as they are very generic looking. This should be an easy no-brainer for third-party knockoff makers. Other than that, all that AI and smart words on the box are nothing more than a marketing gimmick. Final verdict, not recommended. Alright, the next unit on my list has DustMagnet in its name. This is BlueAir 5440i, where I stands for Smart Version. There are several versions of this peculiar-looking purifier depending on your room size, as well as an option to have smartphone controls. A useless feature in my opinion, but I had to get it. My unit ended up costing me $370 and for Canadian folks it's 600 Canadian money on Amazon. DustMagnet was easy to assemble and setup was easy. The manufacturer is claiming that it is ideal for rooms up to 380 square feet. Should be just good enough for my setup. After powering it up, you will notice that it has 2 intakes, top and bottom, and 2 exhausts on the sides. Let's start with the exhaust. This unit blows air out at a slight angle, unlike the Shark we spoke about earlier. One side blows it backward and another towards the front. With this exhaust setup, this unit is not made to be standing by a wall, and the ideal placement for it would be in the center of the room. When it comes to sound, within 1 month of testing, I have not heard of a single time when it was too loud. It does react to the movement of dust particles in the air when set to auto mode and adjusts accordingly. When manually set to the highest setting, it does get a bit loud, but not too annoying or irritating. Shark was way louder. BlueAir states that it gets up to 49 decibels on max setting. In my case, when set to max, I can hear the motor slightly, but nothing too irritating. On the regular setting or auto, however, you will not hear it. The smart features. This unit comes with a dedicated app, and it's pretty much a remote built into your phone. However, after downloading the app, I spent hours trying to connect it. All with no luck. Could it be due to the fact that I live in Canada? Not sure, yet the manual makes it sound easy. Just open the app, it said. Register and proceed to connecting your product. The only issue is that there is no picture of my unit. Why on earth would one company make different connection methods on all your products? In any case, as I mentioned earlier, this app offers close to none value. As per the descriptions, it would allow you to gradually control fan speeds, while the physical button allows only choice of 3. Then it can provide you with air quality graphs for your room, as well as outside of your house based on GPS data. Their unique feature is called Welcome Home. Basically, it puts your purifier into standby mode when you leave your home perimeter. Overall, these are cute little features that anyone could do without. The light's brightness can be adjusted as well, by the way, especially if you plan to use this unit in your bedroom. It might come in handy. Now, let's look at the filters. By looking at the filters, I can say that it won't be easy for the third-party manufacturers to copycat these, as they are combination filters of HEPA on one side and charcoal behave look-alike on the other. Secondly, to my surprise, it is hard to find these filters on Amazon, but they were available at BlueAir US website, while Canada was out of stock. I'm not sure how they plan to deliver these filters on their auto-replenishment plans in Canada, but looks like US is doing good. Whatever I could find was expensive too. Even the original filters directly from BlueAir will cost you $55 US, or get 15% off with the subscription. If you didn't know, Unilever acquired BlueAir in 2016. For a company of this size, I would expect them to have spare filters all over the place. Yet, $55 US money is expensive for a HEPA filter. For example, my earlier mentioned Coway runs on knockoff filters from Amazon for just $10 per replacement. Nevertheless, by checking the filter mesh, I am glad to report that it works and it does catch larger particles like cat hair. What I was not impressed with is how little it collected in a month. Top filter has not collected that much hair, but you can see that it has definitely pulled in some dust. Meanwhile, the bottom filter is showing some action here. Look at all this lint from cats. I left my old purifier in the same room for 24 hours to show how much cat hair it can collect standing next to BlueAir unit. Now, imagine what it would look like after a month here. It seems to me again that in this current setup, my old Coway will perform better. Another fact check from the commercial, over here they show how it pulls in the cat hair. In reality, it doesn't do it that well. I currently have it running on max fan speed, and it pulls the lint with no issue. However, that lump of cat hair was lying around for about a day next to it, and it was not sucked in. I think this myth is busted, as you will rarely have your purifier set to run on max speeds. Now, look at all this dust and hair cocktail lying right next to the intake fan with no movement. Final verdict. I think this purifier has a chance of survival, however, in a smaller room setting. Since I have not noticed any significant dust reduction, I tend to blame the room size on it. Plus, I had it running on auto mode instead. I should have been constantly running it on max speed for the entire month. I think when the manufacturer specified 370 square feet of effectiveness, they really meant that it's good enough for a maximum of 200 square feet, and if you set it to the highest speed, then you have a chance for 370 square feet performance. Dustmagnet has definitely thought of air circulation. However, I still lean towards the approach used in my old Coway, where polluted air enters through the front grille and exhaust pushes it upwards to create a vortex. Finding filter replacements should not be too challenging, but the cost of them could be better. Overall, it's a great purifier, intricate design, and should perform well in smaller rooms. Before we roll into the next unit, let's do all the administrative stuff. If you liked the video, please consider hitting the thumbs up button, subscribing, and click that bell icon. Cause, why not? If you have a cool purifier and want to share your findings, please be my guest and do so in the comment section. I think we are ready for our final review for today. This is Coway Airmega 300S, a smaller room size version of 400S series. Coway suggests that 300S can clean up to a whopping 1,250 square feet, while 400S can do up to 1,560 square feet. The S in the name stands for Smart, meaning it comes with a dedicated app. Unlike BlueAir, this app works. I still don't see a point of having it though, and would consider buying a non-Wi-Fi version if it was in stock. It would save me $100. App provides remote control options, ability to auto-order filters from Amazon, and some air quality graphs. Apart from the auto-order feature, the rest of the options are available on the face of the unit itself. I also noticed that the Wi-Fi connection on the unit tends to drop quite frequently, despite it being located right next to the router. Every time it happens, you get an annoying notification on your phone every other hour or so. This is why I signed out from the app completely and never looked back. The automatic mode is pretty much useless in my setup, because it tends to power down the circulation unless it senses any pollutants. At least, unlike Shark, it senses it very quickly and spins up the fans to clean it up. Thus, in my case, most of the time it ended up standing still unless I set it to a specific speed manually. Perhaps, since it's made for a bigger area, it needs more movement around it to trigger any action. However, I have to say it does a really good job keeping noise levels down even on max speed. There are additional options to turn off the circle indicator light if you use it in your bedroom, and I did try to sleep next to it. No noise complaints to report. However, like anything, it has cons, and it's to do with its major function, sucking the air. The intake is located on the sides. With this design, the unit cannot stand between furniture or by a wall. It has to stand in the middle of the room to provide an effective airflow and circulation, though on the manufacturer's website, I see pictures of it standing between the objects. Luckily, they placed the pollution sensor right in the center of the front grille. I guess this is what made it more responsive than the other units we tested. Now, let's look at the filter condition after 4 weeks of testing and the availability of replacements. As you can see, it did pretty well at pulling all this fine dust and tiny particles, but there is barely any cat lint, especially when compared with DustMagnet and my old Coway unit. My conclusion, it does a great job on fine particles, but if you want to catch the cat hair, then you should look for another unit or run it at full speed all the time, though at 52 decibels, it will get annoying quickly. In terms of replacement filter availability, it is good. You have the option to go with original filters. These will cost you $99 on their website or $89 on Amazon. Knockoff filters will cost you half the price of the original cost, not cheap, but better than nothing. The unit itself is not cheap either, $650 or 715 Canadian money for the 300S model before any discounts. Let's conclude. Did I notice significant dust reduction? No, and I blame auto mode for it. Same as with DustMagnet, I should have kept it on manually set mid-range speed setting. That way I would ensure consistent circulation. Still, we saw that it's capable of doing what's promised. However, if for bigger areas I have to manually set speeds, then what is the purpose of all these smart features? My environment is definitely a great test ground for this purifier. Yet, regardless of its performance with fine dust, I still need something to catch cat hair, especially in spring during the shedding season. As a result, I will not keep the unit, though I liked it a lot. Luckily, Coway offers a full refund in 30 days, and I better hurry up to the post office. Speaking of money back, BlueAir and Shark both have a 60-day full refund policy. My search for a perfect purifier will continue, so let me know in the comments if you have found one. Out of these 3 purifiers we looked at, I would say Shark is no-go. Let them work on it a bit more. DustMagnet, I would put it in a small office or bedroom. Coway 300s is a great piece of tech, though the price could be a bit budget-friendlier, yet worth considering if you have dust and pollen allergies. I also want to quickly mention that my old Coway purifier is definitely one of the top choices you can make for a small to mid-size room. Super quiet, smart, reliable, cheap replacement filters. Make sure to check it out by following the links in the description below. Now, how do you select the right purifier? In my opinion, a good air purifier must have the following attributes. First, it must have an air quality sensor. This sensor should be located closer to the front of the unit for better sensitivity. Secondly, the exhaust fan should blow upwards. This way, the unit will create circulation across the entire room. And last but not least, the intake should be in front of the unit, especially if you plan to position it by a wall. With such setup, it will circulate the air through the room. In terms of the features, look for the units with full control from the front panel, and save your money by not overpaying for unnecessary Wi-Fi features. As our tests have shown, pick a purifier designed for a bigger room than you have, at least twice the size of square footage. That way, it will have a better chance of cleaning the air on the lowest settings and will be quiet as a mouse. And remember, whatever you buy online, install the Rakuten CashBack with links below to get some cash back on your purchases. Hit the like or dislike, sub, and feel free to buy me a coffee by hitting that super thanks icon. Thank you for watching till the end. Stay tuned for more videos and have a great day.